intrigues of the court, one dying tragically, the other becoming a veritable symbol of Britishness and an apotheosis of queenship. This is their story. Prologue. Kensington Palace, London, the 20th of June, 1837. The Duchess of Kent had been praying for years that King William IV, George IV's brother and successor, would die before her daughter Victoria reached the age of 18. She wanted to be regent in order to secure riches and power for herself and her beloved adviser, John Conroy. The king hated the Duchess, and he was grimly intent on holding on to power. Victoria turned 18 on the 24th of May, and the king finally stopped fighting to live. Less than a month later, on the 20th of June, the princess was woken in her bed and told she had important visitors. Still in her nightgown, she made her way downstairs to the sitting-room below to receive the Archbishop of Canterbury and Lord Cunningham, the Lord Chamberlain. Her mother was determined to enter with her, but Victoria told her firmly to wait outside. As she walked into the room, the two men knelt gravely before her and pronounced that King William had died. Victoria was Queen of England. The Duchess was listening at the door, hugging herself with excitement, and dismissing her daughter's sudden flare of resistance as a mere tantrum. She had no doubt that she would be able to control every aspect of Victoria's life. Every moment of the past 18 years had been devoted to positioning herself as the real power behind the throne. She had spied on her daughter relentlessly, forced her to sleep in her room, and inspected all her diaries and correspondence. Victoria had very different ideas. As soon as her eminent visitors had departed, she issued her first command as queen, to spend an hour by herself. From that point, she meant to make clear she would rule alone. And yet Victoria herself would not have existed if it had not been for the death of Princess Charlotte, daughter of George IV, the queen who never was. Her short life and sudden death changed the course of British royalty forever. A portrait of George III and Queen Charlotte hangs in Kew Palace. Surrounded by rosy, happy children, they appear the epitome of a jolly, vital 18th century family. The advent of the Hanoverians after Queen Anne died without issue had caused some unhappiness when George I, with his halting English and seemingly scant interest in his country, assumed the throne in 1714. But by the second half of the 18th century, it looked as though the monarchy was safe. The thrifty king had acquired a reputation for moral rectitude, plain speaking, and above all, a fondness for staying at home in England with his submissive, fecund queen. Although George became infamous for his bouts of mental illness and for losing America, he has been esteemed for his family. But his family was in fact one of the most unhappy and chaotic in history, and George's tyrannical behaviour over them shaped the future of the British monarchy for over 100 years, indeed perhaps coming close to prompting its end. His daughters became bitter, unhappy spinsters, his sons hopeless rakes, detested by the country for their irresponsible behaviour and shocking debts. By 1817, the entire complement of 13 children had produced only one legitimate child between them, Charlotte, daughter of George, Prince of Wales. When she died, the position was even more untenable. So many offspring and not one heir between them. These apparently hearty, affectionate princes and princesses had failed spectacularly to marry or procreate successfully, thanks to a combination of their father's tyranny and their own selfishness. Queen Charlotte was just 18 when she gave birth in 1762 to her first child, a strong, large, and pretty boy, George, Prince of Wales. Delighted by his procreative skills, the king did not hold back. By September 1766, the 21-year-old queen was the mother of 3 sons and heavily pregnant with her next child. 6 girls and 7 boys were finally produced. 2 more boys died young, with the youngest, Amelia, born in 1783. George III